Hi everyone, Happy New Year! I know it's a couple days late, but thank you guys for being patient with this January setup video. It just feels like time is slipping through my fingertips every single time. But one of my New Year's resolutions this year is to be more on time and on schedule with my videos. It is the first month of 2023. We gotta set those resolutions. We got to, get our life together. By the way, I dyed my hair for the new year. It's a little bit more like orangey brown, so whenever I change my hair, I feel like it's a new era. We'll see what ginger hair Amanda brings to 2023. This video is brought to you by ShopAmandaRachLee. No, for real though, there's no sponsor to this video, but I did just want to shout out ShopAmandaRachLee because you guys have been giving so much love to the digital planner. And in case any of you guys are late starters to planning for the new year, I do have a 20% off discount code. There's a couple days left to the sale, so that applies to all notebooks and planners, so you just need to use this code at checkout. All right, let's get started with the setup. As you can tell from the various purple items around my notebook, my accent color this month is lavender, lilac, purple, which is one of my favorite colors, but I also chose this color to match the front cover of my 2023 bullet journal, which you saw in the beginning when I opened it up. It's the lavender swirl notebook. So I definitely wanted to choose a theme that would match this, especially as the start of the year. But for the actual cover page and theme, I am going with this sort of wavy grid design, which, if you'll notice, is kind of similar and inspired by the wavy grid covers of the 2023 doodle planners this year. We had like a matcha grid and a latte grid, and those are some of my favorite covers this year, so I wanted to integrate that into an actual theme this year, but kind of change it up, of course. This was actually really easy to do, even though it looks kind of complex. So I first went in with my pencil and started drawing some swirly wavy lines horizontally, and then went in and did the same thing vertically. And then you go in with whatever color you're choosing. In my case, it's this light purple. And then you color in the alternating squares with your color, so kind of like a checkerboard. And the result is this really kind of psychedelic, groovy checkerboard pattern, which has definitely been like a trendy sort of print lately, and I really like the results. And I also think that this would look good in pretty much any color that you choose. I had such a difficult time choosing what color I wanted. I wanted to do like a green maybe, or like a brown, but in the end I decided to go with the purple to match the front cover of my notebook. However, I did realize that because I chose purple, it ended up looking a little bit similar to like Olivia Rodrigo's Sour album, but I'm not against that. I still like it. And also, you can never go wrong with a lilac color. Anyway, once I filled in the full checkerboard, I went in and erased the pencil lines. You can also see that I wrote out the title, like the lettering, before coloring in the checkerboard fully, because I wanted to leave space for the lettering and any designs. At first, I wasn't sure whether I wanted to leave the lettering hollow, like with just white in the center, but I felt like it needed a little bit more contrast, especially to stand out in front of the checkerboard. So I ended up coloring in all of the letters with my black marker, and I think this looks a lot better. It definitely stands out a lot more. In terms of the lettering style, you can see that it's this like bubbly, groovy lettering, and I also followed that wavy pattern of the grid in the background so that it kind of all looks really psychedelic. I didn't really plan out this lettering style. I just kind of based it off of a couple reference photos on Pinterest, but in general, just make sure to make the ends of the letters a little bit more blob-like, and you'll kind of achieve this look. Now for the quote page on the other side, I'm writing out a quote that says, "I'm trying my best," and this quote actually has a really big significance, which you guys will actually find out later in this month. I can't really give away too much right now, but I will just say keep this quote in mind and stay tuned for the end of January to see what ends up happening. So I'm gonna leave it there, and you guys can just watch me create this quote page, but it says, "I'm trying my best," and I added the little smiley face, which I used throughout this setup. It's this little like winky smiley face with the star as one of the eyes. And overall, what I really liked about this theme and setup is that besides sketching out the guidelines for the wavy grid pattern, it didn't really require too much planning or sketching or drawing. Even the doodles, it's just a smiley face and stars and flowers. And with this lettering style, besides marking out the words on the page so I can see whether it's like centered and stuff, I didn't really sketch out each individual letter too much because I would just go in straight with my marker and kind of draw out the letters. You can't really make too big of a mistake because I think the more natural and blob-like these letters look, the better. So yeah, it's kind of fun to kind of go in without a plan. I added in a drop shadow with my lilac marker, and that's it for the quote page. Oh, I lied, actually. I forgot I added this wavy line at the top and bottom as kind of like a border, just because it was looking a little bit empty. But overall, I like the way that these spreads look together, and it actually was really fast for me to create this cover page, so I think it's a good, quick little doodle setup. So for my monthly calendar page, this wavy grid design was just begging to be turned into a calendar. That was like my first idea that I had when I came up with this theme. So I went in with my pencil first and sketched out a calendar grid, but of course in this wavy design. So I made sure to have 7 columns and 5 rows and just mark out the same number of days as January. And then of course went in with my lilac lavender marker to alternate the colors of the boxes for the calendars, and you'll see that in the end it just ends up looking pretty much like the cover page except in the form of a calendar. And I think this is kind of cool and unique. I mean, I haven't seen it be done before. It might have been done before, I don't know, but personally I've never seen it, so I thought I gave myself a little pat on the back for thinking of this. But I outlined the calendar with the thinner side of my marker, and then I went in with my brush pen to add the numbers of the calendar days, and of course using that same brush pen to write out January as the title, except I ended up doing it at the bottom just because there was a little bit more space there. You'll see also I felt like the top part of the spread was looking a little bit empty, and I felt like it needed some balance with the black lettering at the bottom, so I ended up changing out the lettering for the days of the week, and I put a black border or header for the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday part. You'll see, this is what I'm doing now. Yeah, so I added this border at the top and filled it in with my black marker, and then I wrote out the days of the week with my white pen, and I felt like this kind of brought it all together and definitely made the days of the week stand out more. If you're curious as to what white pen and marker I'm using, as well as what black pens I'm using, I'll link them all down below. Now for the right side, I have no rhyme or reason for doing this. I just kind of felt like having fun with it, so I cut the page into a wave and also added a purple border to it. Honestly, there's no function to this. I just kind of wanted to cut my page into a wavy line. And it kind of bit me in the butt because you'll see, I realized once I flip over, you can see the corner of the calendar, which if I planned it out a little bit better, I probably would have made it so that you can't see the calendar from behind when you flip over the page. Alright, moving on to the next spread, which is a gratitude log spread. I haven't done one of these in a while, but one of my personal and mental wellness goals for 2023 is to definitely practice a lot more gratitude in my life. I think sometimes it's easy for me to spiral and get caught up in a lot of things that I'm doing wrong or things that I wish could have been better in my life, and I constantly have to check myself and tell myself to be grateful for what I have and what I've worked for. So I think I'm going to be a lot more intentional about it, and that's why I've created this gratitude log where every week I'll write out some things that I'm grateful for, and we'll see. I would really like to do this every month, so hopefully this will be a regular thing that I can incorporate in future setups. On the other side of the spread, I'm creating my habit tracker spread, and for this I'm actually using my calendar stamps, which came in handy. Again, I'll link these down below if you guys are interested in them. It really does save a lot of time when I remember that I have them. And I'm using an acrylic stamping block to put the rubber stamp on. So I stamped on the months of the calendars kind of like zigzag, as you can see, because I really wanted to give it that like wavy, organic look. I'm not really a fan. I kind of wish I just kept them straight because it just looks like not good to me, but again, in practicing being nice to myself, I just decided to go with it and make it work. So I added these blobby shapes around the mini monthly calendars to match the gratitude log, and it ended up looking okay. Again, if I were to do it again, I'd probably change it up a little bit, but for this month, I think it works. Now on to the first weekly spread of January. I ended up doing a Dutch door spread with this wavy cut line down the center because, again, I just felt like cutting my pages in a wavy line. It was really fun. But I used the purple marker to create circles that's where I'm going to put the numbers of the days, and then using that bubbly font to write out Monday through Sunday. Again, what I really liked about this theme and setup was the inherent low maintenance-ness of it because of the wavy design and the, I guess, organic shapes. I didn't need to measure out or make sure that boxes were perfectly shaped or sized or straight lines, all of that. Even the lettering, I didn't, follow exactly a straight line because I wanted to have that wavy look. So it was really freeing and relaxing to just journal without worrying about the end goal. Except I did end up messing up and I wrote Saturday twice. I only realized it now during editing, so don't worry, I'm gonna go in and fix it later. And then on the side, the parts where the page peeks through the Dutch door, that's where I've put my sort of classic weekly events sidebar. This is where I put any appointments, meetings, events, anything that I need to really remember for that week, and it gives me a nice overview of the week. And then I put my actual to-do list tasks in the days of the week section within the actual spread. And then you can see here I wanted to keep it within this wavy design, so the lines of this weekly events section is also wavy. I put the days of the week down the side, and then the title at the top. And then on the right side where there's that current empty space, I wanted to fill it in with some doodles. So I added my favorite little smiley face guy that you guys have been seeing throughout this entire setup, and more sparkles around, of course, because when in doubt, add sparkles and stars to everything, and it just makes any page look cuter. I added a mini calendar at the top, and then just filled in the rest of the space with our wavy grid checkerboard pattern. Alright, so here's the final flip through of my January 2023 setup with this sort of wavy, funky checkerboard grid pattern. I really like the way this turned out. It was very satisfying to make and color in, and also I liked that when I closed my notebook, it matched perfectly to the front cover, so that just made my heart happy, and I hope you guys got some inspiration from it as well. Guys, I have so many exciting videos coming soon, so stay tuned for that. I've just been sitting on all this footage, so just a little sneak peek at the upcoming months. We have Korea vlogs, we have new apartment videos, new condo makeover videos, new episodes of the drawing board. So I'm super excited. I hope you guys are too. I can't wait to see your guys' recreations and how you change things up. As usual, please send me any recreations that you do, whether it's for the 2023 setup, older setups, this one. I always love seeing it. You can tag me on Instagram at AmandaRachLee, which, by the way, I would follow me on TikTok and Instagram because I'm going to be posting there a lot more. That's definitely a goal of mine, especially because shorter videos are a lot easier for me to throw up. We'll see you there. Okay, keep doodling, bye!